Hi everyone. Today we'll make this lovely lily pond scene that is beginner friendly and a great way to practice your negative painting skills. So let's get started. I'll use two colors to paint the water. First is a mixture of phthalo blue and viridian green. The second is that same mixture with a touch of Payne's gray. Prepare your colors with different percentages of each pigment and test them on a scrap piece of paper to find the shades you like best. And as you know, the lighter the paint, the more diluted it should be, so adjust the consistency to your liking. And I recommend not making the paint too thick, as it will be harder to cover such a large area smoothly. And make sure to mix plenty of color, so it doesn't run out while painting the pond. First apply clean water around the leaves and the boat, then start with the Payne's gray mix from one corner, and paint around the leaves. And it doesn't matter if you aren't able to make clean round edges. It's fine if they turn out to be a bit uneven, so try your best to paint the water without worrying too much. Here I want to be as quick as I can, so I'm using a separate brush to apply the greenish blue on the right corner. Blend the colors if required. Make sure to paint both sides simultaneously so that the paint doesn't dry. And if you've got cotton paper, I would recommend you use that because it stays wet longer and gives you more time to work. If you want a flat wash, make sure to work fast. But if you want some texture in the water like mine that represents the shadows underneath, then you can relax a bit and work at a normal pace. But try not to be very slow, otherwise the blooms will be too prominent. Now I'll repeat these steps to paint the water around the leaves and the boat, and I'll use this darker pigment only towards the bottom left side. In the areas where there aren't many leaves, use a larger brush. Let it dry completely, and use a dilute mixture of cadmium yellow and burnt sienna for the boat. While this is drying, let's do the first layer of leaves, which we will do all wet and wet. Use different colors to add some variations. I'll list all the colors I'm using, and feel free to use any other colors along with these. I'm making them lighter for the first layer. As we move forward, I'll darken them if I feel they need more saturation. Now, mix some more burnt sienna into the boat mixture and darken the base of the boat. Then let everything dry completely and do a layer of cad yellow on top of the boat. And here I'm lifting some of the paint because I wanted it to be lighter towards the left. Now add more layers to the leaves and make the lower ones darker. I also darkened some of the leaves that were on top, but kept them relatively lighter. Now mix Purple Lake with some Payne's Gray and add shadows on the boat. Now I'm adding more layers to the lower leaves to make them a bit darker. Now let this layer dry. Then add some details with yellow and different shades of green, depending on the color of the leaves. For the lighter ones, I'm using light colors, and for the darker ones, I'm using darker pigments. Now, make shadows of top leaves on the bottom ones. Then make their reflection in water. And if you feel like the reflection is not visible, add the dark blue color in the shadow color. Now, with the darker color, make some holes on some leaves. And with the shadow color, add lines here to suggest that the leaves have some thickness. Finally, add some splatters with metallic gold paint, and also add some highlights. If you enjoyed this video, you might also like my other painting tutorials, so be sure to check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.